everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is another Slimming World foodie, mealy, snacky idea video because the last one seemed to go down really well and you all seemed to really enjoy it, which was great. So I thought I would do it again. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this and it gives you a bit of inspiration, and I will see you soon. Let's get into it. So today is Saturday and I'm doing a kind of brunch for me and Mark, and Bill's also going to have a bacon sandwich. That's why there's 6 pieces of bacon, but I have chopped up some baby plum tomatoes and sprayed a bit of frylight underneath, and then I've seasoned them with salt and pepper, a drizzle of balsamic and a little pinch of mixed herbs, and I'm going to sort of bake those in the oven just as something different, and we're going to serve that with bacon, eggs, some beans and some toast, I think. So this is what I am having them for, like, I guess brunch, and I've spread one of the Laughing Cow extra light triangles on my toast so I can use my HEXB rather than use Sins for butter. These are the tomatoes, which look amazing. I've got reduced salt and sugar beans, the healthy living ones from Tesco. I've got an egg that was cooked on in frylight and a frying pan, and then 2 bacon medallions, and I can't wait to eat it because I'm absolutely starving. So it's Sunday today, and a classic meal in our house on a Sunday is a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie. This is my cottage pie mix, and I am bulk cooking, which is a big tip of mine, and in here I've got a huge pack of lean beef mince, I've got diced carrot, diced onion, I have added in some courgette that we had in the fridge and some spinach, so you can think of this as like a summery springtime version of cottage pie. There are some frozen peas that I've added just now this mix is finished, and they can continue cooking in the oven. For flavour there's also a tin of chopped tomatoes in there, which is more speed. You've got tomato puree in there. I've got some dried thyme. Oh, I've also added a touch of mustard powder because beef and mustard, what a great combination. And I'm going to divide this between some dishes for the oven and top it with mashed potato, which is the potatoes are boiling over here, and I'm going to make those with chicken stock most likely, so I don't need to use any fat or anything like that, and I might top it with a little bit of cheddar just because I'm feeling a bit joyous today. But yeah, I'll show you when it's all plated up. So this is it all plated up, and we're just waiting for potato mash now, but it's made 3 meals. This bigger one we'll probably have today, and these are a bit smaller, but I always serve this with veggies anyway. So we've got some broccoli in here that we'll be serving today, and what I do is top them with mash, I let them cool down, and then I'll pop 2 of them in the freezer, and then when I'm feeling lazy or the urge to just snack on something rubbish hits, I can just take one of these out and stick it in the oven, let it cook, and then I've no excuses. So these are the finished cottage pies. So these 2 are going to cool. I'll wrap them in tin foil and put those in the freezer, and this one is going to go in the oven. I popped a little bit of light mature cheese on top, and I've sprayed it with a bit of frylight just to help it colour, and now I'm going to put the broccoli on while this colours and gets all nice and brown and golden in the oven. I also forgot to say I mixed some of this in with the mashed potato along with some chicken stock and seasoning, and it tastes really nice. It's giving it creaminess and a little bit of extra flavour. And then I have this little bowl full of mashed potato left that I'm going to use for a breakfast recipe, I think, so you'll probably see that coming up in this video. So this is the cottage pie all plated up, and it's nice and golden on top, and we've got lots of broccoli on the side, so even though there's loads of speed in here, we're having more here, and that's fine because the whole family loves broccoli, don't we? Yeah, and that's Mark's over there. This is Bill's, who's working on his broccoli as we speak, and this is Daisy's. So remember when I last left off and I had some leftover mashed potato? Well, this is what it turned into, and these are like breakfast muffin type things, but the bottom, and they're still quite hot, is mashed potato lined into muffin cases, excuse my dishwasher, and then we've got scrambled egg on the top with bacon in there and seasoning and some tomatoes. So These will keep in the fridge and you could have them cold if you wanted to. You can have them warm, like I'm gonna have some now, and I might have it with some spinach or maybe just some fruit on the side. But yeah, I will leave the recipe for this one down below as well. I tweaked it slightly because I already had some mash and didn't have exact measurements, but it worked okay. All I will say is that I have a silicone muffin tray, but it only had 6 spots, so I used a normal muffin tray, and even though I used Frylight, they did stick a bit at the bottom, so worth keeping that in mind if you're gonna make them. But they still held it all together in one shape, and I'm sure they're going to be really yummy. So breakfast today is this, and excuse the background noise because it's a busy morning in our house, but this is my HEXB of 2 slices of dry toasted nimble, and then underneath here I've got some scrambled eggs cooked in Frylight with spinach, tomatoes, peppers and spring onion and a bit of seasoning, and then 2 smoked bacon medallion, and I've done Mark 1 as well. So for tea tonight is a really super speedy spag bol, and it's got loads of healthy ingredients and loads of veg, and I will leave the recipe for this down below. It will go to my blog so you can see what I put in it and how I do it, but it's way better than that Dolmio stuff. So this is a recipe for a little sweet treat, and I'm going to leave a link to my blog down below with the full details on what you need to do, but it's basically Muller Lite of choice. You've got some speed fruit there as well, and then some hi-fi bars. And what I'm going to do is pop this level in the freezer and let it set, and it's going to make some yogurt fruit bark, and if you use it as your HEXB then it's sin free. This is the yogurt bark all nice and frozen, so I'm just breaking it up, and then I'm going to put it in to some Tupperware and store it back in the freezer. But doesn't it look amazing? I'm well excited to eat this later. So this is what we're having for tea tonight, and it is some Slimming World chunky bean burgers. And I did fiddle around with the recipe a little bit. I didn't add chilli because I've got 2 little ones eating with us, but what I did do is I used some of this on top of ours when it was in the oven, so ours will have a little bit of a kick, which is always nice. I also added a little bit of light cheddar on top, like a tiny sprinkle, just to make it a little bit more exciting. And we've got wedges with garlic salt on, and then we've got some spinach, and then I also made the dip to go with it, which is fat-free natural yogurt, cherry tomatoes, spring onions, and then I also added garlic, salt and pepper to that as well to give it a little more something. And that is our tea tonight, and it does look very good if I do say so myself. So again, you're gonna have to excuse the background noise, but this is the dip that goes with that recipe, and it's just fat-free natural yogurt, tomatoes in there, some spring onions, and then I've added a little bit of garlic, salt and pepper just to give it a little bit more something, and that's to go with the bean burgers and the wedges when they're done. So that is the end of the video. I hope it was really helpful. I really am trying to sort of just think on my feet with these sorts of things and show you meals that I actually have rather than meals that I've planned just for a video, if that makes sense. So I want it to be real and something that you feel like you can do too. So yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment down below if you would like to see more, or if there's any certain meals you would like me to have a look at or go with, and I will do. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.